Did you buy a kit or pre-assembled uSDX radio and need to load the software firmware for the radio, or want to update the version that is already in here? Hey, stick around because I'm going to be covering that next on AA3K on the go. Hello and welcome to another episode of AA3K on the go. I'm Mark, AA3K, and today I'm going to be going over how to load the software firmware into a true SDX radio. The process is very easy. You only need a software driver for your Windows computer and one set of programming software called AVR-DUDES, and then a micro USB cable to connect the radio to your computer. Then in about 10 seconds, you'll have the new software uploaded. Piece of cake. So, without any delay, let's show you the process to upload the software. Okay, here we go. Programming the true SDX. And for this one, I'm going to use the first true SDX that I purchased where the digital board has not been working correctly. The relays on the filter board do switch. I'm thinking of contacting the company where I purchased my pre-assembled true SDX and seeing if I can just order the digital stroke RF board for this radio and see if I can get this one up and running. If you have purchased a true SDX from one of the vendors that is pre-assembling it, they should have, and from all I can tell they usually do, load what is known as the bootloader into the true SDX. Now the bootloader is a piece of software which gets the radio up and running, or if you trip it into a certain mode, will allow you to download and update the software within the unit. I've been using bootloaders in products that I've been developing as an embedded systems engineer for years now. It's a very, very convenient way to always know you have something as a basic piece of software in your equipment as a starting point for anything else you want to do. And the design of the equipment makes it very difficult to change the bootloader by accident. Separate issue. So you've obtained your true SDX, and to get the software, go to Manuel and Guido's site for the true SDX, dl2man.de. And I will have all of these links in the description of this video. Within there, with the bootloader already loaded, you just need to download and load the firmware stroke software. But just a little bit before that, you do need the driver for a Windows PC and the actual software to use. So within there, when you go to this page, which is 3B True SDX software, I'm going to assume the bootloader is already installed, and you can tell so that the bootloader is installed, and when you power up the radio you will see the serial number of the microprocessor in the chip. Write that serial number down. It's about a 16-character alphanumeric value, which is actually in hexadecimal. To use the official software for the true SDX, which if I remember correctly is 4.00i, place that serial number in there, in that position on the page, and then place your call sign. And once you do that, you'll get a indication of the call sign you entered, along with the serial number and the firmware. As I have the software already downloaded underneath that serial number, I'm not going to download it a second time. Following that, you're going to need two pieces of software in order to program your true SDX. One is a piece of software called AVR-DUDES or DUDES that will allow you to go through a graphical user interface and control the download to the true SDX, actually to the particular AVR microprocessor that is in this radio. You would also use that particular software if you need to download the bootloader, which I'm going to be covering in a separate video. To communicate with the USB chip in the true SDX, you need to download the driver for that. So first step is click on the AVR-DUDES. It'll bring you to Zach's electronics blog, and from there you can download the software. I have already done so, and the version that I have is 2.18. Coming back here, and if you click on downloading the USB driver, which I have already done so, it'll bring that up, and it will actually be CH341 instead of 340, which is a slightly newer version of the chip, but that is still the correct driver. So I'm going to go ahead and save that to that directory. Now, following that, before you connect the radio, you need to go and install the USB driver, and you'll get the security warning. Now, I already have it installed on this computer, and it is working properly. I did go to install this software on my $60 Jenkopotamus laptop, and I kept getting an error during installation, and I could not figure out what was going on. I went and finally decided, well, let me try uninstall and then install, and it went through an uninstall process, didn't complain that there was nothing there, and then went through the install process, and after that everything worked fine with the driver. So it might have been I had a different version of the driver or an older version and such. I'm not exactly sure. The error message I got was unknown error, and it really annoys me in this day and age in the industry when you can detect there's an error condition, but you decide to not have any particular information to help the user. After that, install the AVR DUDES. Here it's a version 2.18, as I said. Standard Windows installation. You go through the security warning, select the language of your choice, accept the agreement, next. Just accept everything that's checked in addition to the AVR DUDES. I did not bother creating a desktop shortcut, as I only use this with the true SDX, but this particular software is usable with a number of chips that, I should say, a number of devices that use this AVR microprocessor family. Next, installation. In my case, I do have a second disk drive where I install most of my programs. I have to make sure I set that as D. As I have the software installed already, I'm not going to install it again, but you just hit install, it runs through the process, and then you're done. In this case, I'm just going to get out of this. And once you have those three pieces, you are all set to go to program your true SDX. Okay, once you have all of the software downloaded and installed on the PC and your true SDX firmware file downloaded, you only additionally need a micro USB cable. All of this programming is being done from a Windows PC. So we simply just plug the micro USB cable into the true SDX. It will also power the true SDX. And by the way, you can actually transmit. It's only a few milliwatts going out instead of the normal 5 watts if you were powering the radio off at 12 or so volts. But very handy in the field if you do want to get a QRPP operation going. Okay, so once you have the radio plugged into the computer, run Device Manager, open up the COM ports section, and you will see USB serial CH340, which is the USB interface chip within the true SDX, and that is on COM7. So once you have that, open up and run the AVR DUDES software. Select that COM port over here, the baud rate, which is always going to be 115,200. The programmer for the newer versions of ADR DUDES is Arduino bootloader using STK500V1 protocol, and select ATmega 328P, which is not necessarily the chip within this, but the bootloader will emulate that device. You do not check any of the other check boxes. You do not set any values in the fuses and lock bits, nothing in the EEPROM, right and right here. None of these check boxes set. And then finally you come over to here and select what program you're going to put in here. And right now you can see the call sign in the upper left of the display is AA3K. I'm going to reprogram this true SDX with my old call sign and the default firmware, which is 4.00i if I remember correctly. Open that to select it, and once you go, you just hit program, And as you can see on the display there, it's detected the radio, it's writing the information to the flash, it's verifying it, the radio will automatically reset, and now you can see my display says N3GNW. And that's all it takes to program a true SDX that already has its bootloader. Now, if you would like to get any of the beta releases of the true SDX downloads, and the true SDX that I have been successfully using is running the latest beta release, which is 2.00x. Just enter the serial number here, your call sign, again optional if you don't want to have it displayed on the device, in my case I do, and just hit download and you will get the latest copy, which once again is, here we go, AA3K True SDX Beta with the serial number and firmware.hex. And you would just load that into the radio and that will become the new operating version. If you decide to switch back and forth, you can do so very quickly. You can see the programming of the radio and verification only takes about 10 seconds. Not very long at all and not very difficult. It is a little bit more difficult to do the bootloader installation. For that, you either need a ISP programmer or an Arduino board that you can then configure as an ISP programmer, and then some jumper cables to connect the Arduino or your programmer to the true SDX. And there you have it. It is not a difficult or time-consuming process to load this firmware, software, essentially the same thing, into a true SDX. I will be doing a separate video covering how to update or load a bootloader into here. That is also not a very difficult process, but does involve some extra equipment, either a dedicated programmer, or if you have an Arduino board, then you can configure it to be that dedicated programmer. Personally, I recommend going with the latest beta version. It seems extremely stable. It was released in February of 2024 and has not been updated since then. It's been working very well for me. Personally, I've used it on 3 separate Parks on the Air activations, as well as a couple of times in my backyard. And all CW for that. And I have done a quick check of voice, but have not made any specific voice contacts with it. So, if you have any further questions about the process, why don't you go ahead and post it in the comments below. I will be including links to the software download locations, as well as where to get the beta versions. And if you search YouTube, you can find some videos by Manuel DL2MAN about updating the process and other things you can do with the true SDX radio. Hey, thanks for watching. Remember, I'm here to help you make the outdoors your ham shack. I'm Mark AA3K73.